In yet another case of crime against children, a 6-year-old girl from a school in Bangalore was allegedly sexually assaulted. The latest, the girl, a first-standard student, was allegedly sexually assaulted twice on October 28th and 29th. The girl complained of a stomachache to her mother, after which she was taken to the doctor, who confirmed that she was sexually assaulted. The school has been booked for not complying with safety guidelines issued by police to ensure safety for children.
He'll be subsequently then produced for the court, and then 164 statement as per the POCSO Act provision, that will be in respect of the victim, we will get it conducted, and other formalities, whatever is there, that we will take action with regard to that.
Would like to cut across directly to my colleague Pratibha Raman, who's been tracking details of this development in Bangalore. Pratibha, it's fairly horrifying. 2 incidents taking place back to back in the city of Bangalore. Can you give us the modalities of this incident?
So in fact, the incident took place yesterday. The child came back home complaining that she has stomach pain, and soon after which the parents took the child for a medical test, and there the doctors did confirm that it was a case of sexual assault. And now the accused has been arrested based on prima facie evidence as well as the victim's statement that has been collected. But the bigger question is, Preeti, about the security measures that have been undertaken by most of these schools. There is no effective implementation of it because the police has filed Section 188 against the school in September itself, soon after which there are only 4 CCTV cameras that are installed, and the police has been able to spot only one of them. Had the CCTV camera been well placed, the one that has been spotted, there could have been a CCTV footage of the culprit taking the child inside. Such of these evidences or such of these security measures have been completely ignored by the school, and now we'll have to wait and see what kind of action the government as well as the police is going to take. Preeti.
You know, Pratibha, 3 incidents in 3 months, all in the city of Bangalore, goes on to put that larger picture out that nothing quite is being done to put this in control, especially where verifications of staff is concerned, something that was brought up when the case of first sexual assault came through.
In fact, that has been one of the main reasons for the agitation that you see here, because some of the fringe groups as well as parents have been pretty outraged because this in the span of at least 4 months. In fact, parents of the previous schools have also gathered here, and their main demand has been the fact that there has been absolutely no stringent measures undertaken by the police as well as the government. Even in this particular case of this particular school, there's regarding the background checks of the employees or even the CCTV cameras installation, it's only been a partial implementation of it. There's absolutely no 100% implementation with respect to all these schools. In fact, yesterday too, the court has been pretty strict in its orders, suggesting that the government as well as the police must wake up to this, and it's been quite a rude wake-up call. Preeti.
Well, Pratibha, right behind you, can you take us through with what's going on? Because we can see that the story is also taken political color. BJP flags there where the BJP students wing agitating as well. Can you take us through what's happening around you?
In fact, right since morning, the Dalit group as well as some of the parents were protesting. In fact, the locals were agitated since last night itself, and the BJP group has just joined in. In fact, the corporator as well as the local MLA, there's been talks that have been happening between the police as well as them. Their main demand has been action and effective implementation of the guidelines. That's been one of the main demands. In fact, the locals are going one step ahead in demanding that the culprit be brought to them so that they can give enough justice, so that there's enough fear that will cross down across men with such mindsets. And that has been one of the demands. Why is the law not being effective? Why is the law being very easy on them? So these are some of the questions that needs to be answered by not just the government as well as the police.
You know, Pratibha, Bangalore as a city has been fairly active, and we've seen it over the few years. When it comes to civic activism, they do take things in their own hand. What kind of reactions are you picking up? Because now, with this case, now this is the 3rd rape of a student that has taken place in the last 3 months. 2 cases coming back to back. Clearly going on to indicate that a larger change needs to be brought about in the education system. There's something rancid which is growing there. Now, what kind of reactions are you picking up? Are we looking at a larger agitation, which maybe, gives a thrust on changing, the rules where especially primary education is concerned?
Well, it's been one big racket that you see here, one thing leading to another in terms of sexual atrocities inside school premises. Two would be effective implementation of the safety guidelines that have been issued. And number three would be the fact that there has been no stringent laws in place in order to change such mindsets and change such people, in order to have some amount of fear that would grip across such kind of criminals. What kind of background checks that need to be done in terms of employees? So all these questions need to be done. In fact, there has been one too many meetings that have been held with the education department as well as the education minister, trying to see how close they can get to this. In fact, what one has observed, even the court has observed, is absolute lack of coordination among the various departments, be it the police or be it the Department of Education, school licenses, registration, to such kind of stringent measures of safety guidelines that needs to be implemented. All these need a complete relook, need a complete revamp of orders as well as laws. These are some of the aspects that the Home Minister as well as the CM need to look into, and that has been one of the greatest demand by the parents.
Pratibha, just take us through the details of this latest incident that has come to the fore.
Well, in fact, as the city has been reeling in shock, especially after two such incidents that have taken place, one about 3 months ago and one just about 2 weeks ago, what we witnessed during the time of Diwali. And now this is the third such incident, and this incident came to light just yesterday. In fact, day before yesterday is when the girl came home complaining about severe stomach pain, and this has happened in two separate occasions here in the school. Two separate incidents of meted out to the same girl by the same person, and what was the floor vigilance officer doing during that time? So these are some of the key aspects of the investigation that is being looked into. Though there was a floor vigilance officer on that day, though there was a CCTV camera, the CCTV camera wasn't really well placed, and the floor vigilance officer clearly was not alert on that day. Otherwise, this thing could have been averted. So many such incidents are avoidable incidents, but then the government as well as the police have not really taken this up seriously. In fact, that is one of the main agitations of the parents. How long can they be ignoring such facts? How long or how safely can they be sending their children to such schools? And these are some of the questions that need to be answered. What is the police really going to do in terms of effective implementation of such guidelines?
Appreciate you joining us, Pratibha, getting us the very latest on the third incident that has come back to back in 3 months, 3 cases of sexual assault where children are concerned in schools. Does it point to a larger picture that a change needs to be brought about in the education system, where especially Karnataka and Bangalore is concerned? We'll keep tracking details and all the reactions coming in from the city.